Hello everyone, this is Abhishek Barua, and today with us we have Antakala. Guys, please say hello to our audience.
Say, all right. So, hello everybody. This is Antakala. This is Babu speaking in behalf. So we have ourselves today with us, Macabre and Slaver. We have Gurkar with us, and we have Prana Vigama. So, hello Abhishek. Hello Abhishekta. So, ready when you guys are.
Sure, sure, we are very ready. Okay, so first, would you guys introduce yourself for our audience members? Just a brief introduction.
Sure. So, this is Badzabel.
So this is Go Butcher. I'm the vocalist of the band. And this is Macabre and Sleeper. I am the rhythm guitarist. And the great guitarist.
Great. So, should we start with the questions?
Sure
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
Yeah, go on.
Sure, sure. So, firstly, like, how could we like not mention history and like heavy metal music, and of course, like not acknowledge the mighty and epic Iron Maiden, who have made a nearly 40-year career fusing tales of literature and history into the primitive hard rock. Now resulting in creating heavy metal music for all to follow upon. So, my question to you is like, what are your thoughts on the same?
Yeah, definitely we agree because if it was not for bands like Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath, the genre metal itself would not exist. So
Mhm.
yeah,
I would say yeah because of
all of
all bands like
all of these
yeah.
subgenres, all of these subgenres have originated from heavy metal only. So
British heavy metal, hardcore punk, yeah, thrash metal.
yeah,
Yeah.
so Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, these bands are like this is what we grew up listening, and after that we choose our specific that we like.
And if it wasn't for heavy metal, yeah, and if it wasn't for
Yeah,
heavy metal music, we wouldn't be having the proto black metal, the first wave as well. Yeah. For example, Battery and all the bands like that.
Hellhammer.
Merciful Fate, yeah, Hellhammer, Celtic Frost, yeah, exactly.
and before black metal, even there was thrash metal, which influenced black metal in a major way.
Yeah,
Even the name black metal, it came from a Slayer song, Venom song called black metal.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The
How
way
would you forget
that
about Venom?
Venom
Exactly.
is a very, it's a
Yeah,
lot of
Very
influence.
very
influential.
influential. Beheri.
Beheri,
Ah,
Beheri, yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
So all
and
of
so
this,
Maiden being one of the really pioneer bands who have like brought us into heavy metal and the like first sort of you know music which we've been listening to, which sort of let ourselves be and like go on.
The use of power chords, let's say,
Yeah,
yeah,
anything like
natural as
that.
well,
Something
yeah.
that's heavy for like apparently the listeners. So
So yeah.
yeah, so Maiden being one of the really influential acts of that time. So that was it. So what do you feel about Abhijit? Like, have you been into heavy metal soon, like long enough? Like, how have you been
Like
relating
I've
to it?
See, like now at the stage I am at, I'm starting to get into heavy metal. Right. Like
All
this is the
right,
stage where you start getting into heavy metal, right? So like
right,
I'm
all
not
right,
heavily into it, but I'm getting into it. Like I'm warming up to it.
all right. That sounds pretty awesome, man. Like, did you find any favorites though, like among the subgenres or anything?
Not yet, but I hope to find soon. Like it's like I'm just like starting up to listen to heavy metal, so it's being good. But I haven't opened up a lot, you know. So maybe like in the future I have some favorites.
Definitely, definitely. You sure should have.
Sure, sure.
Right.
And I'll make sure that you are one of them. I mean, you would, of course.
That sounds interesting, man.
Yeah,
That sounds
that,
really
that,
interesting.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So okay, so acha, okay, this is a personal question. So like straight up, right? Like without thinking, like if I would have to like ask you like your top three favorite black metal bands or something, what are the names that would come up?
one of
Top
our
three.
major
All
influences
right.
are
So
Dark
like,
Funeral.
Okay, okay, one by one, one by one.
We have Gorgoroth, we have Dark Funeral,
We have Mayhem.
You have Mayhem.
Basically, we breathe and live black metal.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Mhm.
Like since the morning, yeah,
Yeah, true. All nearly all second wave
we are
bands.
basically a bunch of old school guys creating kick-ass music in the scene right now.
Mhm.
That's true.
Anyhow, so like that what we got from us, like we have Dark Funeral. So this is Badzabel. So I personally feel like I have Dark Funeral as one of my really influential bands. You see, like the musical approach they take, the way they compose their songs, and we have Mayhem, the levels to which
Mm.
they go in order to like.
Without mayhem, there would be no
Yeah,
black.
yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Man,
Mayhem,
man, man existed in a way that their culture and everything reflected the true struggle of how people like
and
got away from those organized religions and shit.
Of the second
Yeah,
and they fucking had the balls to burn a fucking church.
yeah,
They had the fucking balls to do it, man.
it's fine, but like, yeah, Euronymous like created the whole soundscape of like what black should sound like after the whole Norway scene exploded. So yeah, I mean, Mayhem is the god of black metal since so.
Also,
yeah, yeah,
Bullzone.
Yeah,
yeah.
we had both of them. Yeah, how can I
Bullzone.
forget Bullzone?
Yeah, like you know, Abhishek, like how do you find Varg, man, as a person? I'm really curious about people who find Varg as an interesting being. Like, yeah, Varg is a really cute guy. He's like he, I personally want to know like how do you find Varg?
Pardon?
All right, so I was just asking that you've heard about Varg, right? Varg Vikernes from Burzum, right?
I'm sorry, but I haven't heard of him.
Oh, that's fine, man. I hope you do. I hope you really do find out about him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Varg
I'll
is
look him up.
Varg.
I'll look him up. I'll make sure to.
Yeah, sure. Look him up, man. Varg Vikernes is a guy from Burzum. He did some crazy shit out there, man. Like you should
Tell me about
and
it.
know. All right, so if you you really don't want to know it from us, man. You really don't want to know about Varg from us. You really want to find it
Uh,
out on your own. Trust
That's the
me.
point of it.
Exactly.
sure,
That's
sure,
the
sure.
thing about it. Sure thing, man.
Okay, okay. I'll do it. I'll do it. I promise.
Sure thing. Anytime.
Sure.
Anytime you get.
We can carry on with the
Okay.
questions.
Let's go on with the questions.
Uh,
All right.
sure, sure. So, Saili, okay, there's a question. What made you people like Antakala to like join your efforts and make music? And also, like, if not your current style, what would be a style that you will go for?
Okay, so the band didn't quite exist with the name Antakala. It started off
Uh,
as a raw black metal project, Necronomicon, right? Yes, but yeah. So Swad was a member of that. It grew into existence around 2018, 2019, probably around that. So after that, they changed their name now.
Yeah,
Around
we
yeah,
got together like around
yeah. The
2019. The end
Bajavil
of it.
God, yeah,
Yeah, end
Bajavil
of
God.
it. Like I met Swart through a mutual friend of mine, so we joined efforts then. And yeah, that was pretty much the beginning when we found out this name Antakala. Like Swart already had stuff in his mind. So he had some shit ready and he wanted me
And you
to
guys
play.
also released your first
Yeah, yeah.
album as
We
well,
we
right?
first released our album just right after joining efforts. I pretty much like the sound. So it was Swart getting me into it. And Karna Bigama, right? Yeah, Karna Bigama. That's
Yeah.
what you call it.
Basically, we are a bunch of people who actually hate God and have a lot of hatred in us
No, it is
against
not.
against organized religion.
right, right. So like you all like met each other and
Yes,
like
still
you
agree.
all connected, right? Like you all felt the same vibe.
Yeah, we basically feel
Just like a revolution against the institutionalization of your major religions.
religion,
You have
like
joined, yeah.
basically
So
what
it's
we
just
want.
against that.
Basically, what Gore is trying to say is basically we have been around, like we have been listening to heavy metal music, and we were like we knew each other sort of in some ways, like we were not familiar too much, and then somehow we got into it, and we knew that we were making music, so one of us approached the other,
You know the
and you know the
ideology behind
rest.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
that
the
was the
rest.
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
behind
The rest is
Basically,
history, right?
when we get into a set and when we like do whatever we are doing, and when we like also find like our heads aligning, our thoughts aligning like together
it.
about
Yeah.
whatever the fuck is going on around, you see. So like you are sure to know about the way organ. Yeah, basically we sort of think alike. That's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the ethos of it. Like we basically match the ethos of it, like whatever we thought was necessary for that kind of
Right.
expression. So
Huh.
basically that.
Right. Right. Amazing. Amazing. So, okay. So
But
the second part of this. So,
like,
like, okay.
uh-huh.
So also what I asked was like, if not your
Pardon
current
me.
style,
Could
right?
you repeat again?
Okay, my bad. So I was saying, if not your current style, what would be a style you would have gone for?
All right. So I really okay, okay. About this one, I really want to ask Karanavigama about this one. Hey, yo, yeah, come on, man, speak up. Like, what do you want to do if not black metal? Like, any genre,
Any genre. Any genre other than black metal.
psychedelic.
Yeah, we would be kind of thrash and groove kind of thing.
Why not slam? I don't. Why not slam? All right, so
Why not slam?
Butcher wants to do a lot of slam in here, and we find like Enslaver wants some thrash in his music. All right, so Swarth wants jazz though. Karnavigama and Swarth, like it's the same guy basically. So I'm just saying it for Swarth as like a shorthand. So he wants jazz. He wanted to do jazz on something like that. He's pretty good with the blues. Do you still have the blues, man? Do you still have the blues? Do you still have the blues? Yeah, yeah. Some of those influences, man. Like I'm a really like I really admire Porcupine Tree, Opeth, and stuff like that. Blackfield. Yeah. Anyway, I really like grooves. Grooves does the work, man. Anything groovy enough does the work.
Uh, right, right, right. I see, I see.
So, if you were to play an instrument, so Abhishek, like, do you play anything currently? Do you play any instrument with yourself?
I play the keyboard.
That's fancy. That's fancy. So that's pretty nice actually. So that's nice. That's nice. How long you have been playing it for?
It's
Yeah.
been some years. Let me think. Like,
Yeah.
um, 3 years.
3 years. That's pretty great, man. That's pretty great.
Mm.
That's pretty good. You're gonna find some if you get into extreme metal or stuff like that, you're gonna find some pretty awesome bands actually. You're gonna find some pretty awesome bands who do stuff like that with keyboards and I hope you've heard about Children
Right,
of
right, right.
Bodom though.
No, that's the thing
Children of
about metal,
Bodom,
right?
man.
Like, I find metal to be like very versatile, right? Like any sort
Ah,
of instrument, like you can just put it in metal and it just work. Like, it's
Yes,
amazing.
that's
it
the
does.
point.
That
That's the
does.
point of the genre.
Alright, so it's basically about expression. I hope you've come across Children of Bodom though. Did you?
Ha ha ha. I've heard of it.
Ah, that's a really tight band. Yeah, that's a really tight band. Key bands. They're really key bands in order to get yourself into metal, right?
Mhm.
All right. So tell us more about yourself, Abhishek. Like, how do you like plan on to like? Do you think about going into music and like doing stuff about it? Like, what?
What
Yeah.
thing? Like, see, like, okay, okay. So here's the thing. Like, if music like was an option, like I would of course like go for it. But right now, as of now, like it's on the sidelines, right? Like I have studies going on as well.
It's on the
So like I'm
sideline.
keeping both.
How do you feel
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it,
I'm
man?
keeping both.
Music being on the sideline.
No,
Man, it's
okay, okay.
something really. I find it. You don't. I hope you're not feeling anything like we're not like going
No, no,
in a
no, no, no.
better.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Like, hey, I just want to talk about like the way like we keep music as a thing which is like sidelined. You see, like just now you
Uh,
said like the thing you wanted to do maybe was music, and it's sort of sidelined as of what you do now. So,
mhm.
how do you feel about it? How does it make you feel, man?
See, like when okay, so when I say silent, I mean like as in pursuing music, right?
All
Like
right.
I'm learning music right now, so pursuing. I
Oh,
don't see the very near future, but yeah, I'll always like keep it with me, right? So if I
That's
could
always gonna be a
like
part of
get
you,
into
right?
music, yeah, if it's going to be an important part actually, right? Like
All
of
right,
course I
all right.
listen to a lot of songs and stuff, right? Like the whole day goes with me like listening to songs and stuff.
So what
But
kind of music
as
are
if
you
like
actually into? Like,
pursuing,
what kind of music do
yeah,
you
if it's
actually?
like pursuing, then like I'm not that very sure. Like I'm
All
just
right,
starting
all
out.
right.
uh, like that's
Anything,
the
man.
thing.
I hope you're gonna eventually figure things out for yourself.
Sure,
It'll
sure.
happen.
If I
Man.
ever make it big, I would love to collaborate with you guys.
Anytime, anytime, just give. You know where to find us, man. I hope you know where to find us.
Okay, so okay. So should we go back to the questions?
Definitely, definitely.
Sure, sure. Okay. So yeah, always taking heavy inspirations from like literature and battles from various wars and history. Like metal bands have influenced generations of metalheads and pop culture in general. My question is like, what are your takes on the same?
Metal bands and pop culture and whatever influences they have been taking. What do you guys think, man?
Hello.
Come on, speak up.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, you we're audible, right? Hello.
Was I audible?
Yeah, Abhishek, you are. Are we?
Uh,
Could you
you
repeat,
all are
please?
audible.
Could you go on again?
Sure. No issue. Okay, so I was saying like as like uh, always taking like heavy inspiration from literature and battles from like various like wars and history. Like metal bands have like always inspired generations of metalheads and pop culture in general with their tons of iconic songs and stuff. So like, what are
Yeah.
your takes on it?
Well, metal as a genre, it has always like taken inspiration from various kinds of stories, like let it be black metal or let it be pop, for an example. Music has been
Uh,
about revolution, you see, like in
mhm.
any way we are kind of revolting against everything. Like if we don't like something, let it be trash metal or black metal. Trash metal, yeah, black metal is basically a war against God. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Religion. It's
yup,
not about
yup, yup.
yeah
So
institution. So what about
all of music is about sending a message to the public, because we are a bunch of guys and we want the people to know that we feel the same way that do they do. So that's a big thing, right?
Mhm.
And the stories and cultures, like, they help us shed light on our culture and what has actually happened and if it was right or wrong. So there are lots of things, like in our Indian mythology only there are a sect of acts called Aghori. So I don't know if you've heard of it, but there's a sect of acts called Aghori, and they have a very different mindset from the normal people. So as musicians, we try to explore that mindset and take away from their stories and present to the audience a different way of viewing life. So that's what it's all about. Taking so you get the idea.
Yeah. So like you would agree that like these stuff like history, mythology, and all like they play a big role in the music that we hear or
Yeah,
obviously
that
kind
we
of.
obviously
listen.
Yep, yep, yep.
obviously
Yeah, it
These
does.
these are the
I see.
yeah,
foundations
it
which I
does. It
feel
does.
like when you grow up, those are the like small tales and stories which you hear about those mythic tales and everything that goes on about in the culture, right? Like stories about
Uh,
like sort of like the faith and everything like that, the fables and everything, the traditional stories which you get to
You
hear.
have to
So
get some
I guess
inspiration from
yeah.
something.
So everything I
Yeah.
feel personally is inspired from something else. So it gets like like how it gets like things which
uh,
have happened or have been recorded about in the earlier past and
Mm.
things which have been done, and people around the world who have been creating things throughout history have been taking inspirations from stuff like that has been going on, you see. So the epics and the myths which we all hear about, so that's pretty much prevalent throughout the composition and creation which you see about like music, be it theatrical, be it something very true and pure, I mean, whatever you say, man, it's pretty prevalent.
uh,
So history, I feel, is a very important part of however the thing is being made and the work is being done.
hmm. And also, like, I believe that, like, the thing about myths and all is that we've been listening to them, like, from our childhood, right? So, like, it's easy for most of the people to,
They
like,
kind of
relate to or
influence
listen to, like,
where his name Bugsbill comes from. Yeah, obviously. Bugsbill is, as you know,
Madhavan is
uh,
basically like
it comes from a story. The different
Madhavan
names
is
of
basically like
yeah,
Madhavan.
same.
Madhavan is basically the spirit of Mars. That's on a different topic, but yeah, like history, as you said,
It
like
all comes from mythology and
the folks and the myths, everything which we talk about, which we hear about growing up. So that sort of
mhm.
plays a very influential part during our creation and everything.
Right, right, right. Okay, amazing. So, okay, moving on to the next question. So Nile, the Death Metal Masters, is a musical extreme metal tribute to one of the greatest ancient civilizations to exist, ancient Egypt. With over 7 studio albums, the band's music is an eternal dedication to the pharaohs, the gods of Egyptian spirituality, cosmology, and ancient religion. So, what are your thoughts?
Nile, talk about Nile.
Nile is fucking legend, man. Fucking
Yo, talking about Nile.
George fucking Collier, that
George,
drummer,
that
that is
beast.
The
exceptional,
guy is
man.
a fucking machine.
You
The
know,
fucking machine. He's a fucking drum machine.
And,
Yes, Dominator as well.
and they have the guts to go against everything that we think is right and all.
yeah. So
Uh-huh.
anyway, anyway. So basically, Nile have been really influential in the scene. Like one of the first tech death bands to ever exist,
Top
man.
boss, top
Literally,
boss.
literally the first. It was called like on the 90s, the early 90s, like 91 or 1991 or 92, when like people joined efforts for forming the band. It's amazing how
Uh-huh.
they
I
bring
think
it.
the way for what death metal should
Yeah,
sound
like
like in the modern
they
era. They
they
did.
they
And they
put
still
their
are going
music.
strong as fuck.
Yeah,
They are.
Nile
Still
has
going
put it
strong
up
as fuck.
so cool.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Abhishek, are you a fan of Nile personally? I want to ask you.
Yeah, I love Nile.
You love Nile.
Oh my god, I was a fan of
That,
Nile.
that's cool. That's
Yes,
cool.
yes, yes. Like when I say I'm getting into like metal, right? Of course, I've heard Nile.
Definitely. Nile is
Definitely.
a really awesome band, awesome setup, man. Like they're really professional. Like
They
they
have been
know
dominating the whole death
they
metal since
they know
1998.
what
They
has
have
been
been.
what they have been doing. Like they know their craft
Mhm.
and it's so mature. However, they create whatever they do. Like Nile is a
Uh-huh.
setup I personally feel is a very tight and yeah. Nile has
Mhm.
been a really consistent sound actually. Like the way they've like incorporated the history of the Egyptian culture as well, like the pharaohs and
Right, right.
everything, like the way they go against some of the cultures which have been prevalent, and it's inspiring almost that I can.
Well, that's about
Uh-huh.
Nile, but you know the black metal scene about the black metal scene. So, like, we would like you to know about the black metal scene as well because we're basically a black metal band. And
Right, right.
so, do you know how the black metal scene started and all?
No, but I would love to hear about it.
Okay,
Okay,
so the
so
Enslaver is gonna give you like a history lesson right now.
So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, he
I
loves talking
I
about
like my
it.
history.
black, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So
So,
before we start off with anything, Abhishek, what does black metal mean to you?
For me, black metal like is like a genre that's like first of all, as like I said before, it's like very versatile, and I
Uh-huh.
believe it's very different from other genres, like in ways that the thing about black metal is that it carries so many ideas and like thoughts and things that are not usually said in songs, but they are
yeah,
in black metal. Like that, I
yeah,
feel
yeah,
that
definitely.
feels very
Definitely.
amazing.
Man, black metal alone has more subgenres than the subgenres of metal combined.
Yeah, it does. It does.
There are
Right,
like
right.
tons of subgenres in black metal, and black metal
Uh,
basically started as basically it started in waves. Okay, they were the first wave of black metal with bands like Bathory,
Venom,
Bathory,
Merciful
Venom.
Fate.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it has
these
been.
bands like they laid a foundation to black metal and what it should sound like. And then there were bands like Mayhem and Emperor, Mayhem, Emperor, Dark
Yeah.
Throne.
Volga.
These bands, they took it to the next level.
But the second wave was like completely different from the first wave in this regard because yeah, now
Yeah,
it was this yeah, the second wave was more of like a reactionary movement than the first wave. So what happened was after the first wave of black metal, there was like a really prevalence of a death metal scene in Sweden, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so people were sick and tired of the whole
Yeah, the
monotony of the whole
people
scene.
were like, fuck it, man. And
So we're
then,
like, we're gonna do exactly the opposite of the what the Swedish death metal scene is doing.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, starting
Yeah,
from like extremely raw production
fuck yes, man.
to an ideologically driven uh, song
Content.
composition. Exactly, exactly.
They fucking started burning churches, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you
but
make your own
it
fucking
was
way.
one of the most prevalent music revolution to ever have happened. It is a
Black metal is a fucking revolution, man. There was actually a guy. Yeah, there is actually a guy, the main guy from Dark Throne called Fenris.
the
Yeah,
guy.
he was, yeah, he was like, fuck death metal, fuck what they're doing, man. We're going to do the exact opposite. And he produced one, like, he single-handedly produced one of the best black metal bands to ever exist, which is Dark Throne.
And it's at the end of the day, it's just about expression. It's just
Yeah,
about how you want to express.
Right,
You
right,
must have
right,
some positive as well as negative feelings or like emotions inside you, right? But at the end of the day,
right, right.
your expression is beautiful, no matter what you're expressing.
Mhm.
That what matters. That's what it actually is about.
Yeah, and I believe like expressing is like a very important part in like black metal especially.
yeah,
It's all
definitely.
about
Exactly,
like
It's
expressing
exactly.
yourself, like the inner
It's
self, right?
everything
Like your
about
true
it.
self.
Black metal is more like an art form than an actual subgenre. It's kind of
Right,
based
right.
upon your ideologies and the way you express things. It's not for everyone. I will admit to that. It's not for everyone. Yeah, we always prefer an ideology, and like many people, they can't take it. So that's the thing about it. But we are okay with it because that's what we want.
We don't want like people
We
who
don't.
actually don't
Yeah,
believe in our strategy.
we want to be
Yeah,
the black fucking sheep in the crowd. We don't
yeah.
give a fuck.
That's that's what's
Right,
beautiful about
right.
it. Yeah.
Amazing. Right, right. Great. Okay, so okay, moving on to the next question. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, huh. With a Middle Eastern take on trashy blackened death metal, malicious translates roughly into God of Fire, and trash heavy black metal attack encapsulates the tales of Sumerian legends of creationism and lineage of the gods, while still retaining the dark occult vibes and mystical sounds of extreme metal. Then the songs and lyrics scream out extreme with a definite blackened death metal sound. While the songs and lyrics could be coming from the History Channel, showing ancient aliens. So, like, what are your thoughts on it?
Where Melisage is
It's a
one.
good band, but
I mean, it it's
it's a
it
good
sounds
band.
amazing, right? I
It's
mean,
a
it
very good
does, it
band.
does, it does. It mixes like
Hmm.
elements from everywhere.
But we have kind of
Yeah, they consider themselves Mesopotamian like black metal and all.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, that's what we derive our ideology from. Yeah, that is where we derive our ideology from, the Book of Dead, the Book of Necronomicon. So yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
great man.
Melasek has been like I've been listening to Melasek after like Abhijita actually pointed it out to me. I never wasn't familiar to the band. So I actually found out that my bandmates were listening to it like for a pretty long time, but they never shared it with me. That's a pretty sad fucking thing to do, man. Fuck you, man. That's a pretty sad fucking thing to do when you're
That's
listening to like.
like top
Yeah,
10
I
betrayal.
actually, yeah, actually, that was a band I wasn't really like pretty in previously, but like a couple of days before, is like she introduced me to this band, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this is a really good setup." I say that my bandmates like they should listen. I suggested to them, and they're like, "Fuck, haven't you listened to it?" Like I'm like, "Why?
Yeah,
Why didn't you
fucking
guys
jealous
share?"
of it.
Like it's yeah. Like I've been into this band like for a couple of days now, and I've listened to albums of them. Oh fuck! Do they talk about shit they know? Damn.
It's just not about it. The song composition and everything is like so
I
unique to
I
it.
I personally, me being a drummer, I find that
Yeah.
their sound and everything that's so like well sketched. It's like they have known what they've been doing. Like they've been playing things for quite a while
No wonder
now.
they've
Like
been exiled to
yeah,
Netherlands.
like they're personally I feel like they're really underrated, you know, like they don't like people aren't familiar to the band. Like personally, I have never really heard a person say that they've heard Meleshega. I don't know if that's me coming back or anything like that. Or yeah, that's a pretty nice fucking band, you know. What about it, man? What about it? I mean,
They're incorporating a
Right.
lot of things with the blackened aspect of their whole discography.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
anything with that
like
complex sound, the way they
they're even
write
like
about it.
yeah, they're even borderlining the blackened folk metal atmosphere as well. You know, because they've been incorporating like if you listen to their whole discography, there's this weird underlying Arabic
Touch to it, like
yeah touch to
the
it. Yeah,
folk touch to it.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. The way they like I have heard listen to this band, like the players, like the members of it, they play so many different instruments. It's like not just the guitar and the like the bass, the drums, the acoustic drums that they're
yeah,
playing.
man.
Like the drummer, he's been a really amazing percussionist as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I pretty much like
Bajavan
dig
has
what
been
I've
like
been.
fanboying
Yeah,
on them.
I really did actually. I dug up this sound like I was like I'm pretty amazed. I was pretty amazed actually to like find this band online, and I was like I should know about them. I must like listen to new music,
Yeah.
of course.
Right. Amazing. Okay, so okay, this question, okay, right? Like we have gone over this before, but still, like we'll give it some time. Okay, so when we speak of like extreme metal, what bands do you feel have been really phenomenal in getting the scene and the culture where it currently is?
You would have like
Extreme metal. So all right. So all right, extreme metal. So all right. So what's the BPM? I'd like to say like what the what's your BPM for extreme metal? Like come on, what's your like what how does the metronome prompt extreme metal?
I, I won't know. See, like you are the experts, right? Like you all tell me, like what's extreme for you?
so we would like because
We could like go on like for
yeah.
bands that about have formed the way the scene has been right now.
So we
Extreme
would have
metal.
like different whole things about it. Like what we define as extreme metal.
Well, basically, what extreme metal was, it all started in the 80s and 90s after after the boom of heavy metal, and then there were guys like they were playing in Slayer and other thrash and other
Slayer
metal
was the first
bands.
extreme metal band I would
Yeah,
say.
and they were like, we should go faster and heavier, and we should write more provoking lyrics, and we should do more shit. Then we should have the balls to do other shit that other bands are not doing. We should go faster. Yeah, we should.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that's the point of it. Like pushing your instruments boundaries as well as
yeah,
When you've been doing music for a while, when you've been playing your instruments, extremity comes from pushing your limits actually. Like being a musician personally, when you've been practicing for hours, when you're increasing the amount of effort that you put into your music, the more like you've been getting a sore throat, right? Like Gore, you've been getting a sore throat from your
Dude,
vocals and the cold,
I've
anything.
been fucking
Like,
vomiting
yeah,
blood.
like people have been, like people go through extents to, overcome things they, yeah, people, that's what's personally feel, that's what we personally feel is what does with the extreme thing which we do. Extremity and extreme metal, that's what it means. And like about the bands which you said, like let's pick a genre, like for example, if we go for if all right, Devang band.
Extreme metal pioneers, extreme metal legends, they single-handedly created slap.
Like my folks here, they're pretty into extreme metal. Some of the bands they really want to like
I would say Devourment. I
One
would
of the
say
bands I love is Dying Fetus.
Dying Fetus. Come on, Texas
Dying Fetus.
pioneers. Yeah.
Arabia
Yeah.
is
Oh my God.
the
Yes.
the man plays an 11-string bass, man. Like, come on, just that's not a joke. An 11-string bass.
I would say even Behemoth, like single-handedly founded the whole black and death metal scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archgold,
Archgold did.
Archgold.
Yeah.
Their extreme metal, it's all about going faster and heavier and having the balls to do shit that the others are not willing to do or are too afraid to do.
It's Kali Kshetra, man.
Right.
There is actually a like pretty good extreme scene going in Kolkata and in India as well.
Yeah, it has.
Mhm.
And we belong from
Yeah,
Kolkata, don't we?
yeah,
yeah,
We
and
do.
and we are part of it.
Yeah, we are part of Kali Kshetra.
that's
Right.
about
Okay.
extreme metal thing, yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So okay. Moving on. Um. Okay. Many bands have been known to heavily involved occult rituals and practices prevalent centuries ago in honor of cultures and deities. Like their music is said to draw inspiration in hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, was I audible?
yes you were, yes you were. Do you, are we audible right now?
There was some
Yeah,
network.
you're.
Yeah,
Okay, I got
slight
Uh,
network issue.
okay, so should I repeat
So,
my question?
Yeah,
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 sure,
yeah,
sure,
yeah,
sure. Go
sure.
on.
Sure. Okay, forwards. So what I was saying is, many bands have been known to heavily involved occult rituals and practices that were like prevalent centuries ago, right? In honor of cultures and deities. And the music is said to draw inspiration in ways which might seem extreme to many. So from appearances and lifestyle to deliberate blasphemism and secret involvement with cults and mystery practices. What are your thoughts on it?
Deliberate Right, so deliberate blasphemy, you say, like lifestyle, like when you talk about lifestyle and black metal as being one of the like traits which you grow into or become as a person,
Neha,
like,
carry on with Neha.
all right. So basically, like when it comes to metal stage acts, when it comes to extreme metal acts, which we think are extreme and the things which we find provoking enough, and like people incorporate all sorts of cultures and everything they believe in into their music, all right, be it something practical, something mythological, and anything. So when the lyrics are occult, when the lyrics are mythical, when it's praising God, we've often seen like throughout fucking damn. All right, so throughout culture, like throughout history, we have been seeing like the way you pointed out, armies and like priests, anyone like the population or anybody doing chants in order to do or praise or represent anything of their faith or anything which they believe in. I personally feel it's like the way which you believe in what you create and what you want for yourself. Like the way people create music these days, I personally feel they desire something from what they have created. All right. So
Right, right.
there have been times when music and something like which have been musical expression, you see, something rhythmic, something harmonic. Those have been parts of important cultural existences. Those have been part for important cultural occurrences. So,
Mm-hmm.
so basically, musical anything which you find like existing in sort of your culture or anything around. I feel that's really been inspired from something that's something the people have been facing or something the people have been believing in. Like the belief I
Right,
find
right.
is personally very important when it comes to creation. You see.
Uh-huh.
So when the people have been going to war, when the people have been worshipping the gods, or when the people have been chanting about their sacrifices or anything, I guess they believed in something for which they went to an extent of what they did. You see, like it is because of their belief that people did a lot of things throughout history which required their, you know, limits to be crossed, and it's because of
Right,
that
right.
like which we feel like the musical extremities exist.
Hmm. No, right. Like, yeah, like when we look back into history, it's like always that different ideologies and stuff that
Now, when
always
you
like,
when you're
yeah,
particularly
always brought up.
talking about occultism, right? So it kind of
Haha.
derives from the left hand part of God, and that is
Hmm.
being prevalent to like all kind of Abrahamic as well as non-Abrahamic religions at the end of the day. Yeah. So yeah, I
Right,
mean,
right.
you just look into it. Yeah, you just look into it. It's just a kind of expression at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So if that's what's motivating you to create music like us, then that's it.
Right, right, right.
When you go out there in today's world, when you find something that you've been creating, there have been like things which people have needed to be considered throughout history. Like there have been things which people need to consider now, like which haven't been a
Hmm.
problem previously. Like there have been ways the society and everything has been changing throughout these years, like the late years you see. So musicians as like a way of expression and everything that seems meek these days, that seems out of whatever it is.
Ha 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 ha.
Like so you see like the transition of it like seems pretty saddening. Go on again, like
Yeah.
tell us
Yeah, just move
anything
on to
which
the
you
next question. I mean, yeah, I feel like that
yeah, yeah.
pose.
Hello, Abhishek.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, are we audible? Hello.
Ha ha. You're audible.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess you heard us. Like I guess you caught what we
Yes, yes,
said.
yes, yes.
All right. So let us know what you think. Like tell us about what you want to know. Go on.
So I'll just I'll go with the question.
Sure
Sure,
thing.
sure,
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 sure.
sure.
Sure, sure. Okay. So, yeah, next up, when it comes to like the ancient deities and rituals, AVSU, a black metal band, knows what it is talking about. The songs are on extreme metal interpretation of some of the world's first writings on spirituality and creationism. So, what are your thoughts on
I guess we've already talked about stuff like that, like the ancient deities and the way
Yeah.
we've like
it?
bands
Right,
have been
right, right.
working about it. Like Azmu has been a pretty tight set. They have been doing what other bands have been doing. We really, I guess, like we did like talk about
Yeah,
the
we did
expression.
talk
Like
about occultism.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
But
yeah.
like the whole, like, yeah, the whole,
Next question.
yeah,
Like
the United States metal,
all right,
black
just
metal scene.
go on to the
Yeah,
next question.
yeah.
Right, okay. So, next question. Okay, so Stonic, as a band's origin, go back to 1995 in Taipei, Taiwan. a country and part of the world where heavy metal music isn't always allowed to flourish freely and openly. The history, culture, and political struggle of the band's native country is the foundation for this metal band's melodic and malevolent music. So, with a very obvious but distinct Eastern Asian influence, the band utilizes various acoustic stringed instruments, flutes, and even Tibetan bells, and add a different take on it.
Hello? Hello?
Hello,
There, is he audible?
right? Am I audible?
I don't think he is audible.
Is he in
I
the
don't think
middle?
Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, yeah, now you are. Now you are. I guess. Abhishek, hello.
Ha.
yeah.
Hello, hello. Okay, so
Sonic,
I'll
you
repeat
said,
the question.
I guess something you
Yeah.
said about expressionism. Vietnam. Was there Vietnam in it?
No, there was Taipei, Taiwan.
Oh, Taiwan. Okay,
Taiwan
okay.
has an amazing
Tai-
estimate.
Taiwan has something. Shit. Right,
Taiwan.
does
Yes.
it? Right.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Tell me about it. What was it about? What did you ask? Like we really sorry we
Okay.
didn't get you.
Right. Right. I'll just repeat the whole thing. Okay. Again.
No, man, I
So
just want to know, like, hello.
yes.
Yeah, I want to know, like, how did you come up with this question? Have you listened to the Taiwan scene and all? We would like
No,
to know.
like as a yeah, I'm not very familiar as of now. These are like the questions that were provided to me. So I'm like reading the like I kind of feel shameful, but like at the same time, like I'll get into them, right? Like I'm just starting out into the scene.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of
Taiwan
embarrassing,
is
but okay.
Taiwan is something far-fetched, man.
Taiwan has amazing.
Uh,
Taiwan has Taiwan has some cool history though. Taiwan.
uh,
Eh, bana cigarette de. All right, so about Taiwan, if you see about like the way, like, what was your question again about Taiwan? Like, how is Taiwan coming?
okay. I'll get back to it. So Stonic as wait, what was it? Right. Okay, so Stonic, as a band's origins go back to 1995 in Taipei, Taiwan, a country and part of the world where heavy metal music isn't always allowed to flourish freely and openly. The history, culture, and political struggle of the band's native country is the foundation for its metal band's melodic and malevolent music. So, with a very obvious but distinct Eastern Asian influence, the band utilizes various acoustic stringed instruments, flutes, and even Tibetan bells to add a different take on heavy metal music. So, what are your takes on it?
Like, basically, there have been like
Personally, I don't quite like the whole first wave Black Sabbath rip-offs.
anyway, like basically what you've been saying, like the way metal and expressions and whatever they've been saying has not been accepted or have been sort of talked against about, that has been throughout history, I feel.
I
Like,
mean,
Tibola, when it comes to organization, when it comes to power, people might do anything to go against it and keep it, you know. So when some things talk against it, so I feel it's pretty like a prevalent and practical process which has been going on throughout history to shut it down. Like the
nowadays,
way that people
yeah,
speak about
it's more
shit.
of a
Right, right.
Sonic has brought his also influences from
Like when
their
it
home country,
Yeah,
Taiwan.
yeah.
They have
When
like
it
different
comes
bands
to
now.
orthodox religion or when it comes to orthodox practical things which the people have been so dogmated about. Like people have been dogmatic about everything they've been following throughout the religious practices. They don't know life beyond it. They have been so like busy practicing all those rituals without even questioning why the fuck they've been doing it in the first place and not knowing the importance of it. Like people have been so insecure about the basis of it. Like when you take away some of those measures or some of those motives, like beyond the preservation of whatever the faith they have been believing in, It
Uh-huh.
literally the fact takes away their life goals and life purposes. When you've been seeing extremist cultures, when you've been seeing practical extremist movements, be it like Islam, be it Catholicism, be it any war, people have been believing
Mm-hmm.
so much that they think that it's beyond their life. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want to feel something they're comfortable in at the moment. So when it comes
Right.
to expressions and being suppressed, the fuck all thing which needs to be shut down when it comes to power hungry people.
Right, right. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, you are, Abhishek.
Yeah, no, like I had some issue just a while ago, so I was like worrying if I was audible or not.
No, no, no. Fair
Oh,
enough. You are. You are. You're.
okay, okay, okay. Okay, so okay, going back to your band, like how were the Antakala songs written?
All right. The
Okay,
Antakara song.
Smart is going to like talk
All
about
right.
it.
So
Yeah.
let's pass the mic
Yeah.
on. Basically, influence from Gorgoroth, Dark Mineral, Marduk. I just put them together in
Mhm.
a.
Are we audible? Are we?
Hello.
Yes, yes, you all are audible.
Yeah, did you get that?
Lyrics gulo
I got a bit of it, but I think the audio was cut out in the middle.
Okay, can you just repeat once again?
Okay, so basically, Antakala started basically when Antakala started, the band was not named Antakala, it was named Necromanican.
Uh,
Necromonicon.
right, right, right.
Yeah, and
Way
Savar,
back in 2018, I
yeah,
guess. Swat was a member of that.
Vikram from information and me,
Savar,
Karna Vigma. We
yeah,
both started this band together.
Yeah.
Karna Bigma and Bhatsbul were the founding members of the band,
The
and
year
then
is 19, sorry, 2000, 2019. The year is 2018.
yeah,
2018.
yeah.
2018.
So Antakala got together in 2018. Like the band was called Necromanican back then,
Necronomicon.
Necronomicon, and Karna Bigma and Bhatsbul,
Vikramjit Nath.
Karna Bigma, Vikramjit Nath, and yeah, Bhatsbul were the
Yeah, so basically Abhishek, are you there, man? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Abhishek. What's up?
Yeah, I believe there was some issue there.
Yeah, there was. I guess, like, let's sort of wrap this up pretty quickly, I guess. I hope you're, like, pretty near of what you wanted to know.
Uh, okay. If if you want,
Sure thing.
sure.
So, like,
Let's just take a few questions.
yeah, like, get us up. Like, I hope you're concluding soon enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, should I repeat the last question? I think you were saying in the midst of saying something, and then it just went off.
Now we'll probably move on to the next one.
Yeah, probably let's go on to the next one.
Okay, sure. Okay, so representation of the metal scene is known to be a severely underrated music genre. Your suggestion for the mainstream media to view metal groups favorably, and let us know your prep for Tezpur Extreme Hours.
Man, look,
Hello.
we metalheads are basically outcasts, and we like it that way. We
Metal
don't
should never be mainstream.
we don't give a fuck about mainstream.
Yeah, fuck mainstream.
We are
Right.
yeah.
Talk about the
As long
mainstream goals that we do the metal
yeah, as long as we have like a bunch of metalheads banging to our music, that's all we need.
It's
Fuck
for the niche crowd.
fuck
It
the
should
main
never
fuck the
fuck
mainstream, man.
mainstream. Fuck mainstream.
It's about the people who belong together, not for the fucking shape.
it's pure expression, man. It's pure what we think. It's not something which we do for a like that sort of an profit or something like that. It's pure expression.
Right. Okay, so also, I wanted to know like what are your prep for the Tezpur Extreme Hours?
Oh, I'm not gonna answer that. You're gonna see it for yourself,
Yeah,
man.
you
You don't
Okay.
want me
We like
answering that.
that. We like that answer. Okay, so next question is woman in the metal scene, right? What are your takes on it? Hello.
that's
Scene
a good
doesn't
question.
the
That's a good
basically
question.
the scene
It's
which I
really male
personally
dominated.
feel.
It's really is.
Nah.
It really is.
I whatever the fuck has been going on, I don't care. Like the scene doesn't discriminate, man.
Nah,
It
it
doesn't check.
doesn't. It doesn't
It
discriminate, but
it
there is
should
not enough
like
representation.
exactly like the way you think metal should be, the way you think metal has been. It has been a way. Women have always been around. Women will be around. There's nothing
But there
bad
is
about
Right.
it,
like
but
very less
but
representation.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that
I
that
personally feel when it comes to contemporary societies, when people think of taking metal and extreme music up, when it comes to a girl, it's sad. People term it as sad. People term them as outcasts. The way they don't get any inspiration, it sucks.
yeah, it does.
So like we really them as being a part of the scene, nobody the fucking discriminates
Nobody
in here.
cares what your gender is,
Yeah,
what your
nobody
sexual
nobody
identity
cares
is.
as long as you bang your fucking head to
Yeah,
the
as
song
long as
which
you
we
fucking bang
play.
your head,
It
you're
goes
a part
on.
of us.
Yeah. And more.
Right.
And Mosh.
Okay. So right. So we'll be soon wrapping this up. So coming up with a couple of questions. Firstly, what's
Right.
brewing next for your listeners?
Okay, so what's bring next is basically we are coming up.
After our first album release, we also released our first single as like this 4 unit band that you hear of us now. So
Ha.
yeah, we released Devourer. So after that, we're gonna be releasing a few
More songs, and we are
yeah
basically in a way to make an album right now.
EP. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
EP, kind of
yeah,
an EP album, you
yeah,
can
you
call
you
it.
can call it that. You can call it
Whatever.
that. And we have
Right. Amazing.
Pretty soon or
We are
maybe pretty
exclusive.
late.
yeah, you never know.
You never get to
You
know.
never get to know. So yeah, that's that,
Right.
and we have some great songs lined up.
I know. I personally feel like fun saying it. Like I don't know if it's fun, but
Bajaville is one of the reason why we are so unique as black metal though. We are so unique as a band is because of Bajaville and how he is behind the kit. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
actually.
We would like if someone dies in the mosh pit.
Mm, Oh my.
yeah,
That, yeah.
all fun and games till a bone is broken, right? All fun and games. All right, so what's next, man?
Okay, so next is also like okay, so this time like what are your thoughts on the experiences that you've had till date, like your the journey, right, from recording your first album till now?
Every fucking musician you see around this country is broke as fuck. Like they don't get the money they need to do
That's
basic
why
shit.
we
Right,
are
right,
hungry.
Music, music is one of the most expensive shit we do out here, and it really needs a big, stable financing, especially when it comes to maturing. So, right, people don't pay that
right,
attention, people don't pay that respect, people don't pay that royalty to the music when it comes to it, and there's a lot that's responsible actually. So, it's for another day, actually. So when it comes to our journey, which we have been going through, we are like just an ordinary bunch of people which have been finding relevance throughout our thoughts, and then we came together. So it's basically the same struggle which you hear on and on again. Financially broke, still fucking banging our heads onto metal music, you know.
For just the fun of
mm,
just
Yeah,
enjoying.
yeah. It's basically some place as like when you ask a meth head or a crackhead, like, do they have enough money for their crack or their shit? So it's always like that for us when it comes to heavy metal music. Like, do we always have
New
that
riffs to
that
like
new riff
both of
to
us.
land or new
Yeah.
beats to play? However, the fucking our shit goes down back at with our anyway we associate with the society, and then like, do we have that money to
right.
fucking jam and like create the fuck we do? It's always a yes, man. It's always a yes.
It's fucking beautiful though.
So basically, the struggle which we find towards making this extreme metal music, we find it was worth it. That's it.
Right. Of course, of course. So okay, so wrapping this up, thank you all of you
Okay.
for sparing your time with
You're
us.
very welcome.
Right. And for all of our audiences who haven't heard of Antakala yet, you all are missing out. Please go and check them out. They're amazing.
Yeah. Suck.
And
Suck out.
yeah, that's all. Plus, okay, I'll make it to Tezpur. Okay, that's a promise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please
Please
do.
do. I hope
Yeah,
you do.
please.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
I'll make sure I do.
Yeah.
That's
all
all. It's
right.
been amazing, guys, knowing you all.
It's good talking to
It's
you.
been
Dear.
great.
It's been fine, I guess. It
Yeah,
was
it,
Great,
fine,
great.
right? Yeah, it
yeah,
was
it
pretty
was
awesome talking to
Right,
you, man. Abhishek, great
right.
night to
It's
you,
amazing.
and see you around.
hope you all the best, dude. You're a kid and you're doing
Yeah.
Thank
awesome.
you.
Good night. Good night, man.
Good night.
Good night.